Yeah, we don't discriminate. We already got a dream shake reference. We'll get
the regular season.
Maybe we could go back to throw a little Jim Brown. That's what Syracuse. You know, he went there. Jenkins is up. And then this time the whistle's going to go the other way. A loose ball foul against Detroit. Biggerstaff in disbelief, but a nice offensive possession there. Wide open three. Jenkins just couldn't convert. Second chance points. Drive that still got put away, but they will call loose ball foul. It's going to go against the second-year man. In this game, going downhill, the hands, the activity. De Silva trying to turn the corner. Herder just reaches in there, or maybe De Silva just lost the ball.
It's ultimately a very traumatic injury. But I have been doing one thing, keeping up with reading.
Bain back in there. Banchero will finally get a much deserved rest with 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Magic.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Jets. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Two and a throw right away. That's complete. Romadunze. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
A gain of 15. First down, Chicago.
Go ahead. Solo left Zion.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
21G, 21G.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll start. And he lost the football. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Chambers. Give him 12 yards there. The Jets have a first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. At the Bears' 45-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 16. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give running right is hard. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another 1st down. The Jets at 3-5, 2 games under 500. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard and they played well all 3 phases of the game. I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Luther Burden, 72 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Dances by at the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Well, partner, as a former defensive defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second down and 6 now.
15.
Mahomes now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And again, it's Mahomes. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and inches, this turnaround handed to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Hall again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Straight ahead is Hall. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 7.
Fire down these two.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Hall again. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Looking to put a drive together. Now Tua. To the sideline and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. From the gun, it's Tua. Pass complete to Odunze. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Bears first down. A gain of 19 yards.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing on second and long. Tua sends it to the sideline, and Mooney makes the catch.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tua. Pass caught by Burden. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Yellow.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Yellow.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And that flag accepted.
Attack! Yep, 15, 57.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Jets are going to use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Yellow, 180. Hey, 57.
Now Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss a one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
43.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Hollywood Marquise Brown, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And running with power here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Open man down the field, that's Vernon. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this one is right down the middle. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Yellow, yellow. Far side.
On first down, right back to home. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Looking to pass. Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Tua sets up to pass it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So
he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Mahomes going to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 33 yards that time.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He'll try again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Yellow. Hey, ribble it.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Jets take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Tua going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago! Rome Odunze with career touchdown number 70. And the Bears have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Wolf on now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Yellow.
They'll go again with Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 on second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Mahomes now to throw. He dumps this one off with a Hall. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yellow. It's Sunday. All right, go, Lou, Aggie. Color.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Yellow.
Now it's Mahomes again. And this one's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First and 10 at the 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got this complete to Burden. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Barkley again. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Bears. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Here's 2nd down.
Attack, attack! Right. Yellow. I've got blue.
Mahomes will throw. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Mahomes to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
43. I go Lil Aggie. Right side.
Mahomes. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Hey, 15. Yellow. Right side.
Here's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Bears are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. 60 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Chicago, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.